visions.
Yeah. So you put one on one side and one on the other, just like an octopus attacking something, right?
I don't know if they do practical things.
You put one.
Artsy.
Well, see, it's not right anymore. You got to erase that one. You got to erase that last photo. Just you put it like that. You see, that loop is too small, but you know.
Yeah.
You put the top one down the middle. You put the other two on each side when you start off.
A map for the edge of the boat, so when you get on it, you can wipe your feet.
Now, after having marked it out and bundled it, you got to gauge the size of the opening, which you said was chin height.
Yeah.
So why don't we'll transition into chin height, where we're going to start the splice at.
Right. And that's not relative to the boat. That's relative to the person. You want the biggest eye that you can throw. You got a better chance of hitting it if you have a bigger loop, right? So there you go.
Yeah, that I got the full height there.
That's good. All right. Now, hold that out a little bit from me.
I held this end out extended a little bit.
What you want to play with this a little bit so that you have.
Oh, that's it. It's got to hang properly with the right amount of twist.
Right, so that it stays open. You don't want it like this.
No.
So it's gonna. You don't even want to do it because it might stay that way. All right. Okay. And then once I got that,
What are your plans for the?
okay, drop that,
I drop this.
and then now I start in. I hold that right where it was,
Wagon, I guess.
and I put this one down on that side.
Continuous
that one down the middle,
grip
and
with
this
the
one on this
left
side.
hand.
Yeah.
It's two sides and then one down the middle.
Yeah, and then you take the top one here, whichever one's on top. You open that up, and you take your top one,
The center pin.
right, and you're always pushing it away from yourself through there.
Yep.
So it goes under one, like that, you know, pull it fairly tight. Then you rotate it 1/3 turn towards yourself.
Bring it
There are three
over a
strands.
third.
Then you lift the next one,
Get the next one.
right, and then this one goes in where that one came out, right? It goes over one, under one. It goes over one, under one.
And
right?
again, 1/3 turn.
1/3 turn. And this one kind of comes back a little bit because, you know, you get into the end of the first tuck. This is where people usually screw it up and they put this under somewhere because they keep wanting to work. But this one has to come back this way, like this, and then come in from the same angle as the others, right?
Yeah.
So it's going under one, and it's going in where this one came out and out where this one came in, but always going in the same direction. People sometimes make it go the other way because they get. That's why I usually have people start off.
Oh yeah, no.
And when you pull it, when you
Another-
pull them all tight,
Another 1/3 turn.
they should be symmetrical if you look at it that way. You know,
Oh,
it should be radially symmetrical. You should have a new strand, an old strand, a new strand, an old strand, new strand, an old strand, symmetrically like that. You see, every other one is each one. And if it's not, then you made a mistake somewhere.
You also have to keep your loop on your left. That's how you're used to progressing.
Yeah, I mean, it might be possible for somebody to do it some other way.
But you learned it left to right.
Yeah, and I could probably do it backwards if I wanted to, but why would I ever do that?
Yeah.
So it's a lot easier just to. That's why I set her over there so she'd be seeing it the same way that I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
So that's the hardest part, that first set of tucks. If you're gonna screw it up, that's usually where you screw it up. So like I said, usually when I start people off, I'll get it this far and then I'll hand it to you and have you finish it, and I'll have you do, 5 or 10 of them like that, and then go back and start starting it, because then you get used to the symmetry of how it goes. So then it's just a matter. Now I'm not pulling this that tight on this one because I only have one set of tucks in it, and it's just not. There's just not enough to pull hard against.
You'll get it all lopsided and discombobulated.
Right, so I'm gonna do 2 sets of tucks before I start pulling on it. If I had line that had more memory.
Mystic, you see.
It's downtown on Willow Street.
What's that?
Mystic Knotworks.
Oh yeah. I've never been in there. I stick my head in there sometime. They wanted to rent space from me.
Nuts.
But okay, now we toss it over and pull against.
They're on Cottrell Street, I think.
Yeah, that's the street. My bad.
Yeah. Okay. I heard they're thinking of making Cottrell Street one way, which I think would be a terrible mistake.
Well, now we had number 1 and number 2, right? So we
now
can
we're gonna cut
this.
this away, and don't cut your thumb.
Yeah, I got no opinion on Cottrell Street. I don't live there.
one-way streets in general are a bad idea because the temptation is it gives you more parking, so it's seductive. But it fucks towns up to have one-way streets because it siphons traffic around in an unnatural way. People can't just go where they want to go. They got to go around these one-way streets. If they're not used to the town, they get really confused and
Annoyed.
They know that they're being siphoned out of town. So it's bad for visitors and it's bad for locals because they can't just go where they want to go. They got to go around these friggin' one-way streets and stuff.
All right, now we're
So now
gonna
I'm taking the slack.
start tensioning a little bit
I'm just you can look over there. So I'm just taking a little bit of this
with the part we just let
Yeah,
go
yeah,
when
so
we
just-
cut the tape.
because I don't want to have it unwound until it's right up tight against that, right? So I want to have this start right in the line.
Oh,
I don't
no,
wanna-
you know
I don't
what
wanna have-
else?
I don't want to have six inches of
It-
unwound line.
It helped hold the circular
Yeah.
pattern inside.
Yeah. So I'm just tightening that up now. That's not on there. Okay. Now put that back on the
Back on.
on the thing over there.
Alternating,
Yeah, I want it tight.
winding, and
Well, it's doing that
pressure.
itself. It spins itself because it's twisted.